are present. It was properly posted on September 26th. Prayer and pledge led by District 3.
The Venerable David Barnes will come up and lead us. Thank you.
Let's pray. Father God, we're again truly grateful for the many blessings that you provide for us. And Lord, we thank you even for the challenges that make us stronger. Help us, Father, to see things through your eyes and to respond in a manner that's pleasing to you. Lord, we ask for your wisdom and not that man offers, but Father, just help us to follow your will, to look to you and to see you in all things. Lord, I pray for the commissioners and their staffs and the other elected officials that you would just grant diligence today and be with those who protect us and keep them and their families safe. We love you, praise you, and ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of September 20th?
I'll move our minutes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the claims?
I'll move our claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opening of the bids.
Good morning. Today we have one bid. It's P243272-03 for the County Sheriff's promotional items. This is part of their Community Violence Intervention Program for their ARPA project. First bid is from HAS Promotional Marketing. Next bid we have Walker Stamp and Seal Walker Companies. And finally, AGAS Manufacturing. And that concludes the bid opening.
I'll move they be tabulated and returned to us.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And there's no changes to the blanket.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move approval of our blanket purchase orders.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any individual consideration on the consent docket? Hearing none.
I'll move our consent docket.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. District 3, item 18.
Yeah, this is the action for the architect report on Kraus Building of Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office. If they want to get up.
Hello. Jacob Beebe here with HMM Architects. So just quick presentation here, updating you on the schematic design progress that we've been working with both the Sheriff's Office and Emergency Management on over the past couple months. So just starting with the existing site plan, we're all kind of familiar with the area, but it helps to start with that to show the changes in the proposals coming on here to make improvements. You have the Sheriff's Office occupying the two north buildings we refer to as Building A and B, and then Emergency Management in that south building. Here then is the proposed site plan, overall master plan. So the key thing we're doing here is providing a new public vehicular entry off of the northwest corner, whereas currently all access to the site is coming from the south off of 36th. So we're getting that public entry closer to the front of the actual front of the building, and trying to reuse as much of that as we can, those existing entries and things of that sort. Also, as well as clarifying the kind of public parking areas, staff parking areas, where secure lines are, and clarity on the entries into the building, both for public and staff. Then kind of flipping through some of the floor plans. So we've been meeting with the Sheriff's Office Emergency Management, as I've noted, to really hear their needs and figure out kind of what needs to be in this for now as well as the future, so that they can operate the way they need to. And so the large moves here are that entry lobby that's existing. There's a stair there, which we're proposing to remove that stair and open that up. And I'll come on to that later with the view. And that makes it more of a true kind of public lobby The other key thing here is on the south is adding an elevator, which the building currently does not have an elevator for accessibility for moving up and down, including the basement. And just another point to make is, the plans here are accommodating, like I said, all the needs of the sheriff's office, emergency management. I'll come on to in just a second. Within this existing building footprint, providing the necessary adjacencies, and bringing the building up to current standards for accessibility, fire, and utilities. In the basement, we're accommodating a secondary emergency operations center for emergency management, which provides the necessary redundancy for them to operate in times of need. So here is the existing emergency management building in white. We're adding a new hardened emergency operations center to the south of that. That is, the war room. That's the, like I said, hardened facility, and that's held off of the existing building for constructability reasons, as well as so it doesn't interfere with the kind of technical foundations of the existing building and things like that. The other portion is off to the east, a drive-through vehicle bay for their larger vehicles, trucks and trailers. Jumping now to some images here, aerial view kind of the existing facility. These are just renders, but to orient ourselves, we're looking down from the southwest, and then here's the proposal of that. So again, it's the new entry off of the north for the public, and then it's really just trying to say, like, the existing fabric and buildings that we have here are good. They just need improvements, right? And so it's minimal additions to bring this facility up to current needs and standards, while really truly providing a better, clear public front to the building, which here that comes on to. So that's kind of looking straight at the front of the building, dealing with we've got that existing raised terrace that you walk up onto, and this is saying, kind of entering it straight head on rather than from the sides. And as you come in, then this is that the lobby where we remove that stair. We introduce the more display moments, sort of displaying the rich history of the sheriff's office. They have lots of archives. I think it'd be amazing to bring those out for public to utilize and view. But doing this all while still, keeping the existing programs and services provided by the sheriff's office as they are, and looking to improve those as much as possible. Thank you.
Questions? Is there a motion to receive these report?
I'll move to receive.
So, second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
And number 9 or 19, we have conflicting thoughts about the way this works. So from the treasurer's office, we understand that we don't need to move any money. Then there's a conflicting report from the county clerk's office. Is that correct?
Well, there's a preference,
Yeah.
whether you pay out of M&O or you pay out of capital.
And is there legally, Aaron, I know it's off the cuff, but okay. So, I mean, this is to get this project off the board that you just saw. It's something that the commissioners previously, when Sheriff went out and sold this project, the bonds to the public, that we were going to build this spot. Actually, I think we were going to build a new facility. And we've had the opportunity to actually stay in the spot that we're at and build that one up. So if nothing else, I think the affirmation from the commissioners that they support the $10 million, Christy, you're the thought that we don't need to move it. We cut $23 million from our bond funds already for HOK, correct? Okay. So we can just spend it straight out. So, Perfect.
The issue there is HOK is a vendor, an architect, and we paid that out of M&O. A contractor is a vendor, so if you're looking at them as vendors, there's a possibility you could pay it out of M&O, but others look at it like architects sell you paper, contractors sell you brick and mortar. One's capital, one isn't. So the history and the preference is it be moved to capital. But that's really a legal question. I don't care. But we need to, if we're gonna move it to capital and then spend it, that's a budget board meeting we need to have soon.
Are you saying that we are able to move money from the bond funds to a capital account? I thought
You know,
Christie said we couldn't do that.
Within the bond fund, it's just like any other
Okay.
fund. You have payroll and
Okay.
travel and M&O and capital.
Okay.
That's,
It's a capital line within the bond funds.
Yeah. so you're not moving it out of the bond fund, you're just putting it on a different line.
Okay. Does this item allow it? I mean, it looks like this item allows us to move it.
We would have to create that line item in budget
It's not-
board.
it's not-
Okay.
yeah,
We
it's
don't
not-
have the line item yet.
This,
Okay.
no, that this would be, I mean, we can instruct staff to Stacy to get the ball rolling and sign the contract and get this thing moving forward, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of a twofold. I need the amount so I can plug it into the contract to bring back to you. And then that amount that you approved today, you won't actually move it under this line item.
Right.
It's not written correctly, but it would go to a different board to move the line item if you have to.
And Stacy, can you maybe for the record say the total projected cost of this project at the sheriff's office? And maybe, I know some is coming from ARPA.
It's $18 million total. The emergency management part is about 6 of that, and they have ARPA monies, and it's within the budget. The sheriff's portion is not ARPA. It's about 12 million. We currently have 2 in the PBA. And what I was attempting to do with this item was to put the 2 monies together so the management of the project would be easier, but we can't do that. So I'll have to do a split purchase order. So you're saying it's still 4 million short, or you think that with the, you're saying that 6 of that is the emergency management, so the 12 is all we need for the sheriff? That's correct, and we've got 2, so we need 10 more. The 10 is the real number that we're short.
Can you remind me, in PBA, have we already voted to set aside that 2 million?
Yeah, it's already set aside.
Okay.
Sheriff, can I trouble you for a second? On when you and I were talking about this on the phone, you were telling me about if you had this allocation to work with, that you drew everything you could to work within this budget at this amount, and if there were any dollars left over, you send it back. But not that we anticipate that because of the costs, but
I guess I'm unaware of what money you're talking about.
well, this $10 million.
That's coming from the bond.
Correct.
That's not ARPA money. That's
Right.
from paying benefits. That's a completely separate conversation. This is just, I mean, I think this is a very simple, probably the easiest vote you'll have all day, because this is what we told the voters we were going to do when we went out for the bond. I think this is just pretty straightforward and just honoring your word.
Well, we were talking about construction. That's not a confusion on my part about the salaries. I know that's another conversation we had, but you were talking about this is just what you expect you would need for
For this
this,
project.
and
Yeah.
that this will work.
Yes, I think what we talked about is what I've dealt with Mr. Trumbo. What is the number? What is our number? I don't need something that we think. I just need the number. We finally are at that number, and I think we go forward from here. And this should be everything to satisfy the project.
And just to clarify, the 18 million came from the architecture firm.
No, a contractor.
A contractor gave us 18 million. Okay.
So it's, the guessing's kind of over.
Okay.
Going from my guess to the architect's guess, do we actually have a contractor giving us numbers? Okay.
Contractor currently does or doesn't have a contract.
Does not. That's why I need this money in place so I can ink the contract.
So we need to have 2 tracks running, get this 10 million, put in a line item into that particular bond fund.
Yes.
But then we need you to bring us a contract ready to rock
Yes.
next week.
Yeah, at your next meeting or two, I will have you a copy.
And at the next budget board, do we need to do a line item for capital within the bond funds?
I'm hearing yes.
If we pass this?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sheriff. Is there a motion?
I have one more, just confirmation. Given that this entire project, a portion of it, we're using ARPA funds, I assume that our deadline is 2026.
Yes.
Okay. I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
District 3.
This is a resolution that I would appreciate you guys supporting this. Nichols Hills was great to donate a fire truck to the town of Luther. It's a great asset for them. It was zero cost. It was absolutely an amazing deal. So I'll make the motion to approve this and make that presentation there at Nichols Hills.
And I have actually, when Luther used to be in District 1, I think there was a day, I can't remember who I was with, maybe Cody, but there was an actual fire in Luther that day. And we got to see the fire department respond. So thank you to Nichols Hills. I will second.
All right. Our thanks to Nichols Hills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And item 21 isn't, one, it's too vague. I'm going to bring it back in another meeting with it lined out exactly what it is and what the reasonings and thoughts are. We have the ability to actually fund this project from another funding source, which would free up these ARPA funds and also free up the court clerk and his remodel and the things that we need to actually do on that floor. And it's a total package that I'd like to put together and bring back to the next meeting. And this would give the ARPA funds back to the commissioners so they could do with as they choose in the future. But at this time, I'll make a motion to strike.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
22 is our annual contract with Dell City for court services. They help support the SHINE program. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Engineering?
Yeah, the JJC lobby project, which is now an ARPA project. Prior to that program, we actually had this project ready to go, and we had purchased a contractor off state contract, which was Cadell from the OHMS program. Right in the middle of that, they canceled the OHMS program, and we couldn't move forward. Didn't realize we had a purchase order sitting out there that we need to cancel because we never did anything with it. And that'll free us up to actually cut a purchase order to our current contractor through ARPA.
Okay.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hannah?
Good morning. This is our reaccreditation for our detention center for the American Correctional Association. They'll be out in January to do our audit. So this is the contract for us to be able to do our reaccreditation.
And can you refresh my memory, once the audit is complete, is that a public document?
Yes.
Okay. I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Our next few items are the ARPA contracts. 25 with North Oklahoma City Mental Health, 26 with Remerge, 27 with Community Health Center, 28 with the State Fair. Any questions? These are just the formal contracts for the votes we've already approved.
And given my position on the Remerge board, it's probably best that I abstain from item 26,
Okay.
like I did when we first approved their funding. So I'll move approval of can I do items 25, 27?
Yep.
20, I'll move approval of items 25, 27, and 28.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You want to move item 26? Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any abstentions?
Abstain.
Okay. Joe?
This is actually some really good news. Through the work of White and Associates, Stacy and Keith, the jail roof project that we had funded with ARPA After their review, they were able to discover that we can modify those projects to a lesser extent and replace only the necessary areas of the roof, extend the life about 10 years to take us to a new facility. And doing so will return 400,000 approximately to the ARPA account. So congratulations to them.
We always like to hear that. I will move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Purchasing.
Good morning. Item 30 is in reference to an air quality grant that we would like to apply for. Our intention for this grant would be to put electric vehicle chargers into the Metro parking garage. I've spoken with Keith about this and he's on board. There is a 20% match on this, and Keith has agreed that we could do that if we needed to. The application for this needs to be submitted by this Thursday. This is a really fast turnaround, but I think that we can do it. I've gotten a couple of quotes for the chargers and kind of what that might look like. So I think that it will be a good grant for us to go for. Good low-hanging fruit.
Is this something that the public pays for when they plug in? Or are we, as the county, paying for the electricity? Because I'm not sure that legally we could do that.
This would be something that the individual parkers would pay for using a debit or credit card and a metered device. We're working currently with OG&E. They're trying to upgrade service in Metro 2 to accommodate a quick charge number of units for vehicles that they have. And at the same time, we're asking them to help us with electrical supply for vehicle chargers of this kind.
Perfect. Thank you.
I can't remember if it was this exact grant, but I know you and I have talked about putting chargers in the parking garage for probably over a year now. So I'm glad you're bringing this to us, Nikki. I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next would be the letter of intent for the opioid abatement grant. This letter of intent was due on Thursday, the 27th, but there was an extension by the Attorney General to October the 25th. And so just need the approval to submit the letter of intent, and we'll work out who we want to partner with later.
So I assume that after we submit the letter of intent, we would then later on submit an actual application.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And lastly, this is a grant with the Department of Justice, and the intent would be to create a juvenile diversion program. And we would like to create a ankle monitoring system so that we can reduce the amount of juveniles in the detention center.
Nice. I will move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, guys.
Under Sheriff.
So this is a simple grant award. It's a renewal. We've been getting this grant for 20 plus years. It funds 2 full-time traffic safety educators. It also funds overtime for our traffic safety enforcement efforts that are agency-wide. So,
Is this the rollover vehicle thing?
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Commissioner comments, District 1.
I don't think I have any comments.
3.
Just like to thank each of you for affirming your support for the Sheriff's Office. That all that they do for us, that's a big deal for us to affirm. You support them. Thank you.
Okay, any new business? Is there a motion to recess into executive session?
I'll move we recess.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'll be back.
Do y'all still not have air conditioning?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Long summer.
Ready? I'll move we return to regular session.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Action on item 35.
I move we disclaim subject to any unpaid property taxes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any citizens participate? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
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 We live in Seattle. And as soon as you walk away, I've seen it.
It's funny, they had a Miles, did you want to do PBA or you leaving? Okay, I'll call it to order. All three trustees are present. It was properly posted on September 26th. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of September 20?
I'll move our minutes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the claims?
I'll move our claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then District 3.
Strike that.
Motion to strike.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Some parking contracts.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any citizens to speak before the PBA? If not, any board comments or new business? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.